Greetings to you all and bright blessings on this beautiful day there on that earth plane. We see that you are all happily employed in your restful states of sitting and listening, of breathing and relaxing, of being mindful of taking this time to pause, to center, to ground, and to nourish yourselves. It is wonderful that you take this time for yourselves to listen to not only our words, but to do your other arenas of wellness care for yourselves at other times. And we applaud you because being human is hard. We are not human. We do not come from your soul place in the ether. We are a vibration of light. That's why we call ourselves the Council of Light. And as we have shared with you in many of our past message giving times, our task is to help support humanity as you move forward in your consciousness and in your evolution towards your harmony with your own enlightenment. And we come to you regularly through this particular woman's voice box to give you wisdom and to champion you and to help you move forward on your path. And we recognize as we look down into your earth, fishbowl, as it were, that being human is challenging. You have much that is adversity for you. There is energetic hardship. There is frequency of disalignment. There is emotional unrest that you experience on a day-to-day basis. And there is a lot of physical movement and busyness and distraction and hardship that many human beings experience regularly. And we notice that it is beginning to become your everyday average experience as a collective whole humanity to live in a stressful response day to day. So when we bring this arena of discussion to you in this space and in this way, we are so joy-filled to see that so many of you are consciously choosing to step out of the arena of the hustle and the bustle and the busyness and the worry and the mind chatter and step into a space of vibrational calm, pureness of frequency, breath work of flow and harmony when we speak to you. For you see, when we are speaking with you, there is not only the auditory sound that you are hearing, we are transferring our thought patterns into the mind of the woman that is speaking to you using her voice box, and you are hearing that with your ears, and you are listening on a cognitive functioning level to what we are saying, and your mind is interpreting and internalizing our words. But you are also vibrationally feeling our sensations. You are sensing the pureness, the effervescent bubbliness, the sparkliness, the vibrational frequency that is separate than you, of us, because we come from a place in the ether that is source. And source does not have strife. And so you might notice as you drop into this listening time that you begin to feel calmer, that you begin to feel soothed, that your emotionality that is intense for you at times is pushed to the side or ever so slightly released, dropped, let go. That your mental mind chatter, those thought forms that are constantly running through your mind like a ticker tape stream of news, begin to slow down or mute themselves so they're not blaring at the front of your mind, but perhaps the ticker tape stream is running slowly through the back of your thoughts while you are hearing us speak now in this way to you. And for those of you who are very adept at navigating the frequencies of vibration station, notice instantaneously the vibrational quality of shift that we speak of here. And you don't even need to have us speak of it here. You just drop right in. And for others of you who might be more on a beginning path of awareness and awakening, or for those of you who might be practicing your physicality awareness of vibrational senses, this might be a new concept for you, or it might come into your awareness as we are speaking because we are highlighting it, and your body, your mind, and your soul all say, ah, yes, I understand the amalgamation of vibrational frequency that is now entering into my being as I sit and listen to these words here today in this way. Why is it important for you to take these collective conscious pauses? And we say this to you not only when we are speaking to you in these formats where we are dedicated in this same rubric with this woman at this specific time on this specific first day of this specific so-called month, etc., but we mean also your other pause times in your lives where you are taking a conscious step out of your busyness. Yes, you know that it is important for you to regulate and calm and center for stress response, but it's also vibrationally cleansing for you when you pause. And we will give our example of pause here with us talking to you, but we understand that you pause in other ways too. Yoga, mind concentration, prayer, chanting, energy healing work, etc. There's lots of other ways that you pause. But it's really important that you do because your vibrational field, some of you call it your auric field, that energy bubble around the outside of you, needs to be regularly cleansed. Much like when you brush your teeth, or you stay physically active, or you put nourishing food into your body. You do those practices because they are well, and they maintain wellness, and they bring you into balance and harmony of a healthy nature with yourself. So too does this kind of pause. When you do pause, like what you are doing now, your vibrational field is like a magnet, and it picks up and sticks all the other vibrations that you come across in your day into it. It's like a sticky pad of paper or sticky tape. And everyone you come across has a little bit of an imprint that gets left behind in your field. And at the end of every day, if you don't cleanse or ground or release or shake off or purify in whatever ways you do, you begin to build up a residue in your vibrational frequency. We can see it very clearly with our spiritual eye. Again, we are light frequency, so we don't have a human form. So we say I in quotation marks here to give you a sense of what we mean. It looks dusty on some of you. It looks gritty on some of you. It looks greasy on some of you. And quite frankly, for a vast majority of humans, it's very caked on, mucky, muddy, dirty. Most of you in this capacity listening to us in this frequency are not that mucked or full, shall we call it, with other energetic vibrational frequencies that don't belong to you, because you do a great job of your pause. You do a great job of your centering. You do a great job of your purification. And we highlight this with you just so you get a sense of what it feels like. So it's important to take regular pause so that it can begin to restore your vibrational frequency, that is your auric field around you, so that you can be cleansed and clear and nourished. And there are specific things that you can do to do the cleansing and the clearing and the nourishment. You can plug into the divine with your golden light. You can send your feet energy down into the earth and connect to the vibrational frequencies of the earth. We've talked about that in many of our past messages with you before. And you can breathe into your beingness and expand out light all around you where you're sitting. So let us do that with you now. Let us give you a little bit of time to practice in exercise. Although what we had said to you when we first started this message today was that just simply sitting here and listening to us speak to you is vibrationally cleansing, clearing, and purifying. But with that said, we would like to give you a participation exercise so that you can practice in the in-between times when you are not listening to our words. So let us begin now. Take a nice deep breath into the center of your beingness and hold on to it for the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. As you release, expand that breath out through all of your pores, all of your beingness, not just from your lungs through your mouth, but through all of your vibrational frequency around you in your chair or on your bed or on the floor or outside on the ground, wherever you are right now. Take another deep breath into the center of your beingness. Feel and sense and see and know and experience that there is a vibrational light of our pureness that is coming through you when you do this. Hold it and now release. Exhale it out all around you. Feel as some of the dust or some of the grime or some of the grit or some of the frequency of otherness that is not yours begins to fall away. Let us breathe in again and exhale out all around you. And notice as you do this breathing in and breathing out with conscious awareness that your vibrational frequency, your auric field begins to be cleared and cleansed and pure and back to its original vibrational state. That is your true essence. That is your divine place. That is your right to live from at all times. And so we will pause here and just share with you that you can begin to keep breathing in and out if there are those of you who feel like you want to keep practicing releasing, although you don't need to as we are working with you, because it is releasing as we speak with you. And for very many of you that are here today, you are already quite clear, and so there is very little that needs to be released. But what we say to you is, with that breathing exercise that we just practiced with you, you can begin to bring that into your arena on a daily basis in your waking workful lives. Those times when you are in cohabitation with others, when you are in relationship with others, when you are communicating with others, when you are in movement through your communities, doing your errands, shopping, coming into contact with people on the telephone, or through computer, email exchanges. Anytime you have an interchange of connection with somebody else, you pick up the vibration of that being. It doesn't always have to be an experience of stress or strife or negativity, by the way. It can always simply just be coming in contact with somebody else's frequency. It can include the people that you live with, and it can include your loved ones that are in cohabitation with you or are in tight communion with you, as well as colleagues or strangers on your public transportation, or store clerks or customer care representatives through chat boxes or email exchanges or phone calls. And it doesn't all have to be intense. It can just be the everyday comings and goings of your lives. But you pick up and stick to each other, little imprints of your beingnesses, as it were. Now, it doesn't mean that there is a piece of you that leaves and becomes diminished every time you come in contact with someone else. For you're always regenerating, you're always turning over, you're always regrowing, you're always expanding and moving outward in your grand fashions as you get closer and closer to your own evolutions of ultimate enlightenment. So there's no chance that you could ever come in contact with too many humans and disintegrate. That doesn't happen. But what does happen is the imprint gets stuck and stuck and stuck and stuck. And so it's nice to clear and cleanse and neutralize and return to your fresh, clean, squeaky selves, as you sometimes like to think of yourselves, in your recalibrated, reharmonized, readjusted, centered, grounded, enlightened selves. Beautiful. Such a nice place of harmony for yourselves to reside. And please remember that it is your divine right to live from this space at all times. You might notice there are times when you do feel like you're in this space without having to listen to words like ours, or without having to do your practices of body movement and healthy eating and all those things we mentioned before. That's really glorious. And then there are times when you might want to practice coming into this cleansed state, this harmonically balanced, structured place. Simple and sweet and elegant and short. That is our work with you today. We normally come to you and expound upon our words, but we will keep things to a minimum today. Thank you so much for listening to our words. We are so glad that we could be in this space to reside with you and to communicate with you and to help to nurture you and to guide you as you move forward on your continuums of your learning. We are always available to support you on your journeys through your human experience. Your souls know us well, and your physical forms are reacquainted every time you hear us speaking to you. And we're happy to be in this relationship with you. So thank you very much for taking this time to be here for yourselves and to listen to our words. And we say adieu, goodbye for now. We are the Council of Light. We wrap you in a golden blanket of light to sustain you and nourish you and keep you until the next time we are to come and speak with you again. Namaste.